All right, so now we've talked about the low shot, so now we'll actually talk about the high shot and what we actually need to do. So if we're hitting the bump and the run, we just want to be making sure that we're hinging the wrist more sort of side to side, I guess you could say, just to hit those little bump and runs, pop along the ground and get the ball rolling as quick as you can. When you want to add a little bit of loft, that's when the sort of the wrist angles do change. So because we need to keep the loft and keep the bounce as we swing this club, especially when we're hitting these shorter shots, we want to make sure that the lead wrist and the left wrist is actually working more up. So if I do that camera angle there, feeling like the wrist is actually working more this way, promotes a little bit more of an extension through the left wrist. Now, extension, and just in fancy terms, it's just adding loft, but extending the wrist or making it kind of like in this sort of cupping position will always add loft to the wedge. So when you're trying to hit the lofted shot or the higher shot, you want to be trying to make sure that you're adding hinge upwards, okay, not across. Now I see a lot of students when I teach this is that when they go across and they go this way with the club, it always seems to be that shuts down a lot, okay, so you get a very close club face, which then changes obviously the path or the body angles to try to square this up. So again, when you're hitting pitching shots or chipping shots around the greens, okay, nice and close to the ball, and then all you want to kind of feel like you're doing is just adding that wrist hinge up with the club, and then making a nice turn and pass towards the ball again, okay? Once you get used to this and feeling like you're adding loft with your wedges, I'm using a 58, like a lob wedge here. This shot here, when you come in front of a bunker, or just when you need to get the ball in the air, becomes quite easy. It's when I see golfers actually adding too much hinge motion and not enough up and down with the wrist that I see a lot of that trouble gets in there. Pretty good. Give that a go next time you're out there. I'm sure it'll help your game.